friends, it's Rachel. Thank you for joining me in this video. In this video, we are going to be making a card for Father's Day. Now, this is the second time I brought cards into my channel, and I'm going to try to bring a card tutorial to my channel every other week or maybe a couple a month. We'll see how it goes. I don't know how far I'm going to get deep into card making. I used to do a lot of cards. In fact, I made all my Christmas cards years ago, and I kind of got away from it just because I wanted to move into something else. But it's just kind of, I've been getting some inspiration from Crafted by Lucas, to check out her channel. She's been doing a lot of beautiful cards. Now she does more ink blending, and I'll get into that as well because I have a lot of inks. But for right now, until I build up my stash, I'm going to do things just a little bit differently. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I have my card base. We need to cut that down to size. I have my paper trimmer as well, and we're going to be using cardstock from this Cricut Deluxe paper, Modern Graphics. It has really pretty pattern for more masculine patterns. So you have some pattern, and then on the opposing side you have the more solid. So there's navy blue, gray, a darker gray, and we're going to be using a few of these. So we have these polka dots, and then there's that. So a lot of, let me go ahead and move that to the side. So we got that color gray, and then we have this checkered one. That'd be cute if you're gonna like do a tie, right? So we got those, and so yeah, I think that's basically, yeah. So then that's, look at these. So these are your patterns. Sorry if I'm off the camera a little bit here, but these are your patterns from this this paper pack. And again, I've had this cardstock for quite a while. I've used it in Father's Day cards before and birthday cards, and I'm going to use it again for today's video. Okay, so I'm not sure exactly which one I'm going to be doing just yet, so I'm going to move that to the side, and we're going to do A2 size cards. So what I'm going to do is get out my paper trimmer, and I'm going to do 4 1/4. And then that is good to go. And then this could be another card base. I do need a paper trimmer. If you guys can recommend, for those who do cards, let me know which one you would recommend. I might do a guillotine. I don't know why my paper trimmer cannot cut. And the knife blade is new, and it's, yeah, I'm not sure exactly why it's cutting so bad. So I might get a new paper trimmer for this project. Okay, so let's go ahead and get out our score buddy here, and I'm going to go ahead and score this at 5 1/2. That is where our score, or our halfway point, is. So there we go. Go ahead and move that over, and then go ahead and bend that like so, and then there we go. Perfect. Okay, now what we're going to do, now that we have that trim and we have a nice crease there, so we're going to have our card open like that. So our card base is done, and what we're going to do is we're going to make three panels, and it's going to be 3 1/2 in the height, and then 1 1/2 inch panels. And we're going to do that with the pattern cardstock, this pattern cardstock. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bring that over, and I don't know if I have this tall enough, because I want to do 3 1/2. Now this is exactly 3, so it's a little too short. So I'm going to bring in, I guess it really doesn't matter what piece I'm going to bring in. So let me go ahead and just do this one, and I think I want this to be on this side, only because this has a, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm overthinking it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and trim that down at 3 1/2. Okay, so what we're going to need is we're going to need our panel, we have our 3 panels, but we're also going to add another one. And we want this one slightly smaller than our base here. And I'm going to go ahead and use the other side because I want this navy blue. It's such a pretty color. Okay, and so our dimension for our card, it is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, or 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. So we're going to go ahead and make that a little bit smaller. And I'm going to do 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so 4 by 5 1/4. I'll bring it in a little, just, you know, just 1/4 inch on each side. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, perfect. So there we go. Just slightly smaller. Okay, and then I think that is all we need for the paper trimmer. Okay, and then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to bring in my foam tape, and I'm going to go ahead and, again, I'm using supplies that I have not used in a while. So unfortunately, I don't have super wide foam tape. I want to provide some dimension to this, okay? And then what I'll do is I will use, let's really push that down. I'm going to use my weeding tool to remove the backers. Y'all are going to have to let me know how I did on my card, and if you'd like to see more cards on my channel. It's not something that's going to be done often. I'm probably going to, like I said, sprinkle it in here and there. It's just, I don't know, kind of want to get back into it. It's just, you know, you go through seasons, right? Sometimes it's just not your season to craft with that item anymore, and you move on to something else, and then you get back into it a year or however long it takes. Like, I'm getting back into some fake bake stuff, and I think the last time I touched that was back in December, so 6 months ago, and now I'm getting back into it. Cards I haven't touched in gosh knows how long, but figure out which one is, I'm gonna make this my bottom here, just because of the edges are rough. I need, like I said, I need to get a new paper trimmer. So let me know in the comment section which one you suggest getting. Now let's add our panel. It's gonna look something like that, and I'm just kind of eyeing it up. I don't really have a particular, you know, I'm not going to measure it. If you want to measure it, you can. I'm all about eyeballing it. Now, you can give it extra dimension if you want to lift these panels up. I'm not going to do that. I think I kind of like it the way it is. I'm going to use my Art Glitter Glue and go ahead and try to get an idea about where they're going to go, and then I'll go ahead and glue it. I think that looks good to me. So what I'll do is I will lift this one up ever so carefully, and that's a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna I'm gonna spread that out a little bit. We don't want to have too much. And I love this Art Glitter Glue because it dries clear and matte. So if you happen to get it seeping out, like mine's seeping out a little bit, and I'm gonna go ahead, and it goes pretty quickly, so you kind of want to, you know, get it in the location. That's how great this Art Glitter Glue is. There's no glitter in there. If you're new to card making, I love this glue. I used it a lot when I was into card making and used it quite a bit. And I use it in some of my everyday crafts when I add a card base to a blank, just to kind of cover up whatever's there. However, let me just go ahead and put this on here real quick. My Art Glitter Glue did go bad because it kept on leaving these rings, like the beaded, like it beads up on the blank, like through the paper. And I just remember thinking, like, it never did that before. Like, that's crazy. And I just realized, oh, it went bad, right? So I just went ahead and, well, I haven't thrown it away yet. I need to throw it away, but I reordered this Art Glitter Glue. All right, there we go. I'm always curious why they call it Art Glitter Glue. I'm sure there's a reason why. I just don't know. Okay, so I'm sorry that you guys can't see it, but you only have a limited time to when this gets adhered, and then you're kind of like, you're stuck with it. You're committed with it. Okay, I think this looks good. Okay. Sorry, it's just easier for me to lift it up and look myself because I want this to turn out in real life, right? Okay, perfect. Now, believe it or not, I am going ahead and turn on my heat press, and here's why. I am using, I'll go ahead and put the lid on here. I am going to use iron-on. I told you I'm not going to be your traditional card maker that you see a lot out there on some people's channels, just because they don't have all the material, and I'm not about to buy any stamps, and I didn't feel like writing it. I wanted more of a solid look, so I went to iron-on, and this is the only type of vinyl that I have that's navy blue. And then also with how small and tiny this is, let me tell you all, there is no way I would try to weed this out with regular vinyl because this is way too tiny. Iron-on works perfectly with this, and that is what we are going to do. So this is going to be just going to take me a minute to try to get all this weeded out. So I'm going to go ahead and move on. And that was my heat press. In fact, I think I'm going to do low temperature. I'm going to cool that down because I think high temperature is going to be, it's going to warp my paper since it's so tiny, and I don't want to warp my paper too bad. Not that it will be that big of a deal, only because I'm going to glue the whole thing down to the scallop. So I do have this. I cut it out with my Cricut, and it's the same cardstock, right? And we're going to go ahead, and I know it's a little bit flowery, girly, right? But we'll butcher it up a little bit. And we'll add some strips behind it, and you'll see what I'm talking about here in a moment, okay? So let me go ahead and fast forward this part. I almost have it weeded out, but this is just so tiny, and I can't imagine trying to weed this with regular vinyl. Okay, got that weeded out. I'm going to go ahead and trim the extras off because I'll have my little pieces there. And there we go. Perfect. You guys, pretend you're not seeing this. That was a heat press. I'm going to go ahead and use this. It's probably not a good idea, right? Okay. We're going to do that. Okay. So it just says Happy Father's Day. And I'm going to try to get this on here as best as possible. That's perfect. And I'm going to go do this. Don't do what I'm doing. But I don't want to get out my mat. And this is going to be pretty quick. And I'm going to do constant movement, medium pressure, and then we should be good to go. Okay, and for those who didn't know, you can iron onto paper. Just as a Happy Father's Day, I'm going to go ahead and peel that back very gently. And perfect. See how easy that is? And then I'm going to go ahead and add some glitter, art glitter glue to this. Okay, these are such tiny pieces. Go ahead and bring out my tweezers. Oh, jeez. Okay, time out. All right, so we're gonna take two with this, and I'm just using my Cricut tweezers for this, and got a little bit crooked. That's okay. And I gotta come over just a little bit. Oh, come on. You know you want to. Okay, perfect. Lovely. All right, that looks fantastic. Now we could take it a step further, which is what I'm going to do here. And I'm going to bring this over. I'm going to use this, and let's see here. All right, so what I want to do is I want to cut 3 sets, or just 3 strips and from 3 different colors, and I don't know which one I want to do. I'm trying to think of, you know, how I want to play this out. So I kind of like this one, and I think the blue would blend in. I think the gray doesn't fit, and I think this one will be, yeah, we'll do those 3. Okay, so let me put this in with the scraps, and then we're going to, I'm gonna do, let's see here, I'm just kind of thinking out loud what size strips I want. I don't really want them thick, and I think what I'll do is I'll do, what is that, a 1/4 inch strips. All right, this cut a little bit better, and I like the thickness of that one. Okay, so I'm gonna do that with the other 2. All right, now that I have that done, what I'm going to do with my strips is I'm going to kind of, I'm not even going to be kind of particular about it, but I do know that I want them to have a nice, cool point here. So I'm just kind of playing around with, you know, what I want. Okay, so I got 1 strip there. That's good. And let's see here, this one, you know, maybe I'll just do the 2, right? Okay, we'll do the 2. I think that would be fine. Okay, and then, so let's go ahead and cut that at an angle, and then I have no idea what my measurements are, and I'm just kind of playing around with it. I guess I really don't need that 3rd one, because I think the 2 is just, it's going to be good enough, right? And then that's going to be kind of like this. All right, let's go ahead and get that into place. And then here. Perfect. And then I should have put it up a little bit. I think I should have done that, but you know what? And then we could prop this up if we wanted to, right? Let's go ahead and do that. Let's give it more dimension. We're not mailing this, right? And then we will take the backers off. Okay. And we are done. I love how this turned out. My first card back in the game. I mean, technically this is not my first on my channel. I did do a print and cut card, but this is my first card that I done with just cardstock and a little bit of vinyl. What do you guys think? Isn't it cute? And it's just going to open like this. It's really top heavy because of all that foam tape. So I think if I would do this again, I probably would have done a thicker cardstock to hold this up a little bit more, but I didn't realize that I was going to add so much dimension to this. But overall, I think this turned out really cute, and I love how this turned out. I can't wait to give this to him. All right, to your husbands, your dads, anyone that's a father figure in your life, tell them Happy Father's Day. To the fathers that are watching this channel, Happy Father's Day, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and let me know in the comment section if you guys want to see more card tutorials, if it's something that you're interested in. Like I said, I'm going to start doing more card tutorials in my channel, or on my channel, and I would love to hear your feedback. All right, y'all, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.